Welcome back to DraemondDoesGaming. Draemond here playing, well, a new game today called The Curious Expedition. It's currently in early access on Steam, and you should check it out if you like any kind of roguelikes or games like FTL, things like that. I kind of like to describe this game as FTL in... not in space, but on... You're an explorer. So, the basic premise of this game is you are an explorer and you're trying to discover the world. Think along the lines of Around the World in 80 Days style. You go to a place, you try and explore it as much as you can, hunt animals, collect bugs, samples, speak to natives, and then bring back all your findings and sell them for fame and fortune. And at the end of so many expeditions, whoever has the most fame wins. It's a very cool, interesting game, and I've been playing it quite a bit lately. I think I got about 10 or so hours in it now. I've beaten it a couple times, so I figured now that I have a pretty good understanding of it, and this Alpha 12 Unearthed is out, which has added quite a lot of features to the game itself. So I'm just going to go right into it. So here we go, new game. And one thing that I really do like a lot is the music in this game. This game has some very well done music, especially for the style that it is. So as you can see, I've got everything unlocked, and you can see here that we have Charles Darwin, Mary Curie, Richard Francis Burton, Frederick Courtney Sellis, Nikola Tesla, Amelia Earhart, a whole bunch of different people. When you first load up, you'll only have these three, but all the rest you have to unlock, and I've done that, so you can still tell that I've done some progression in this game, which is nice. They all have different starting abilities. Let's take a look at Charles Darwin here. You can look at his, and oh, here we go. And you see English naturalist and geologist, best known for his contributions to evolutionary theory. He's a butterfly enthusiast, so I mean, this gives you a little bit of backstory on who he is if you don't know who Charles Darwin is already. It tells you a trait that he has, butterfly enthusiast, gains sanity each time a butterfly is collected, and sanity is a pretty big system, and I'll explain it when we actually get into the game. And then you see who he comes with. So he comes with a Irish or a Scottish soldier, a native translator, a donkey, some chocolate, some torches, a butterfly net, a shotgun, and 10 machetes. And then if we take a look at Mary Curie, conducted pioneering research on radioactivity and first woman to win a Nobel Prize. She has the trait polymath, so choose from 5 perks as opposed to 3 at the end of each expedition. She comes with a missionary, a dog, and a donkey, so everything is varied from the start depending on who you pick. But we're just going to go right into it today with Charles Darwin. Here we go. Welcome back to the Explorers Club, old friend. Have you heard that we are building a statue to honor the expeditions of our most famous member? Word is that you have a good chance seeing your likeness on that statue. However, I am afraid to tell you that you are not the only candidate. You and your rivals have 6 expeditions to prove who is the most famous explorer within our club. We can see here that we are going up against Freya Stark, Frederick Courtney Sellis, Ada Lovelace, and Mary Kingsley. Now go adventure awaits. So this brings you to the world map, and over here you'll see a couple various things. You can see over here like where people are going, so this is where Sellis is exploring his current region. You can see their current fame, it's set 10. This is where we can go, the Lunatic Grasslands. Well-balanced region consisting mostly of wide grasslands. Rumors talk about the Golden Pyramid that can be found in this pyramid. So you can check out where everyone is actually going. At the bottom of the screen here, you'll see expedition numbers. So we have to complete 6 expeditions. At the end of 6, whoever has the most fame wins. Fame is here, right next to us, so we have 10 fame to start, and 30 funds. Funds we use in between expeditions to buy extra gear, like rope and shovels and things like that. So, we're just going to go right into it. Lunatic Grasslands, here we go. After getting up very early, I stowed my equipment on ship. The captain had yet to arrive, so I spent my time on the deck enjoying the cool breeze. A missionary approached me while we waited. He had decided to leave England and begged us to take him to a nearby native village in order to spread the word of God. Do we want to take him along with us? It's actually, yeah, there we go. Sister Jerusha? Yeah, sure, we'll bring you along. I accepted, since I would gladly help spread the word of God. At last, our vessel was ready to set sail. Let's set sail. And as you can see, it generates the map every time you go in, so it's always going to be a completely different experience every time, which is nice. The missionary had pinpointed the location of the village he wanted to visit on our map. I should send that in actually as a bug, as it's definitely a sister, and it still says he here. Alright, it's still an alpha, so there are some quirks that still need to get dealt with, so keep that in mind. And actually, I'll be right back. Welcome back again, sorry about that. So, one thing to notice around here now that we are in the game, oh, and sorry, I just needed some water there. You'll see a lot of things here. The biggest thing is up here in the top left. This is where the music playing? Weird, I thought it would be. Maybe we have to move first. This is where you can tell who you have in your party. We have Miss Ainsworth, a donkey. Yeah, okay, there it is. Good. Has toughness of 1, so meaning they only have 1 hit point. Capacity, they can carry 3 things. We have Neil Miller with us, their Scottish soldier. And you can see here, as much as a tough warrior is a fine gentleman. He has these dice. Dice are used in combat. Eventually more stuff, but right now just combat. He has a much higher toughness than the donkey, and he can only carry 2 things. And he also has a special ability here. Whiskey Expert. Increased the gain sanity when you drink whiskey. Now sanity, now that we're here, I'll explain that. Over here on the top right, this purple bar, you have sanity. Every time you move around, so let's say if we move to this hex, we lost 6 sanity. So if that ever runs down to 0, you have a chance of bad events happening. There's always bad events, but an increased chance of bad events happening to you. Up top here, in the blue bar, that's our standing with the native civilizations around here, so keeping it about neutral right now, it's not too bad. This number 2 on the calendar is how many days we've spent exploring. Every day we are out here, we lose 1 fame. So you want to try and finish your expeditions fairly quickly. Top of that, we also have fame, what our current fame is, 10. Over here, we have the regions. So this area that we are in has 3 explorable locations. 1 is this native village, and 2 are unknowns. You'll see them on the map as question marks. We can take a look around, we can zoom out, and you'll see here, as we go over to this line, you'll see that it switches to 3 exclamation marks, or question marks. So meaning this is a different region completely to this area over here. So what we'll want to do is explore as much as we can, try and get all 3 of these. Once we get 3 of these, we unlock a region point, which we can use to level up our guys. But enough of that, let's just move right over here. Let's go explore this, let's go enter this village. Today we reached a village where the people here have lived in reverence of the spirit world. The natives observed us with caution. They were kind and offered us what we could. Anupam Tata started translating and told me that the villagers would allow us to rest here. Well, since we need to deliver the missionary, let's do that here. We accompanied the missionary to the village chief. To reward us, he told us the best sights to see in the vicinity, including a holy shrine which he marked on our map. Our extended presence was perceived well by the natives. They remained kind, and we felt like welcome guests in the settlement. So we can do a couple things here. We can rest in the village. That'll increase our sanity back up to its maximum, but I don't think we need to do that here because it costs days. Recruit. We can recruit someone. They might have someone to offer to come along with us. So we'll probably end up doing that since we just lost our missionary. We can also trade with them. And they might have something cool and interesting. So we're going to first recruit. We talked to the villagers to find out if someone was interested in joining to seek fame and glory. Apparently a animal handler is. Let's recruit them. And animal handler joined our trek. While we still felt welcome, we could tell that the villagers had become disturbed by our presence. A small boy laid down some plants by the idol. Right? Actually, we'll come back to that here in a moment. We can also trade with them. They have, looks to be a mushroom. That'll be good. That'll be good for us. We can sell that for some decent fame. So I'm actually going to trade you a couple chocolate bars and a torch in order to get that. And we're going to rest in the village. Now the reason why we're resting is because they have this idol here. As darkness fell, the natives lit a campfire and invited us to sit with them. I told stories of my travels so far. A young warrior asked me if the world was superior to their home. So this game gives you lots of choices. You can tell them that civilized life is superior or local life is superior. I'm going to go with local life is superior. I told them that I preferred the closeness to nature and that I admired their way of life. They were visibly happy with my answer, and you can see that we gained a whole bunch of standing there, so that's nice. But this is the whole reason why I wanted to rest overnight, because we can steal that idol, so we're totally doing that here. And with that, it brings down our standing, but that's okay. The villagers caught us as we tried to abscond with the idol. They were furious and drew their weapons. We made haste and ran as fast as we could before they were able to attack. It would be wise never to return to this place. And yeah, so there are villagers out looking for us, but that's okay. We're going to try beating them up. So once we get into that range, we can go and hit attack, and this is where the dice come in. So on this screen here, you'll see there's 5 people on the left and 2 people on the right. We're the ones on the left. These are all our guys, and those are our enemies on the right. So there's a whole bunch of different dice, and we basically roll them. We have 3 re-rolls if you've ever played Yahtzee, and we want to basically try and get combinations. None of these really worked, so you'll see when we actually get a combination. Oh wow, we didn't get any single attacks. That is bad. When we get a combination, you'll see like they're shaking, so meaning that we can use them to do something. Like these 2 dice become a stable position. These 2 become a lookout, so we get some defense, which is good because we didn't roll any offense, and they're going to hit us. So we take 1 damage because they actually hit us. We're going to re-roll here. We've got 2 shields, and we want to use... We want at least one of those. Alright. So we can do a shielded riposte. We'll do that. We'll do another lookout. Alright, continue doing this. Now we have a shotgun and a hand, meaning we can do a shotgun blast, which will hit both of them. Bam. There we go. So we might keep both of these. Would love to get another... No? Alright. We're going to do this then and get group defense. Well, they didn't hit us at all, so there we go. Yeah, it would definitely be helpful if we had a... there we go, aimed shot. Alright, just a strong defense then. If we had another red die, so red dice are what gives us the attack, and he has 5, so we're going to use this to do a point blank shot. There we go, 5 damage, they're dead. We stripped what was useful from the remains, so there we go, we got a couple things. And we're actually going to move up right up on top of this hill. I like getting on top of hills because they give us a nice good distance to look over. So one thing that we did, now we're on top of this hill, we're going to eat these 2 mangoes that we got. They restore 10 sanity each, which is nice. We're going to move up over here, try and get to this question mark, not really knowing what it is. Looks to be an elephant graveyard. Let's go explore that. This bleak and ancient place was situated in the middle of a swamp, scattered with the remains of long-dead elephants. For some reason, hundreds of the animals had come here to die. Let's search the area. I told the people to form small teams and investigate the surroundings. We inspected some skeletons and found some well-preserved elephant tusks. They could be sold for a high price. Oh, there we go. We took the tusk. They also talk around here too. Yes, all you can think of is the loot. As we departed, we noticed that our presence had attracted some ferocious wildlife. There's a tiger. Good. That's not actually that good. We can try to skirt around it, but that's really not going to be good because we need to get down here. So we're just kind of going to travel right into them. One tiger. Okay, that could have been worse. So what we can do here, we can use this to do an aimed shot. There we go. We don't need that. We might want these and see if we can get a roll of, yeah, there we go, group defense, 4 defense there. Ouch, 2 damage, that's quite a bit. Alright, we have one of those, we all have an eye, so that means we can do 4 damage to him. I'd like to keep both those. Maybe we'll roll that. We have 1 roll left. Alright. That didn't quite work how I wanted it to, so we have a tactical advantage here. It's probably going to hurt someone. Yep, so once one of these guys get knocked out, we lose their dice. So that's not good. We have that. It's not really what I want. We have one of these, we have one of those. That's good. Alright, I think we're going to do some damage here. I think we're going to get the win. A riposte, there we go. Done. Continue. We stripped what was useful from the dead. So we found ourselves a tiger pelt, and we can also get this fang too. That might not be a bad idea. But we're gonna take it, because I know we're low on, we're gonna be overburdened, but we're gonna eat these 2 chocolate bars, because they both restore some, sanity for us. We're just gonna move right over here. And what did we find? I examined the strange overgrown stone figure. The grotesque face seemed to stare at us. It was a disconcerting sight, and I desired to move on. I noticed a few items by the statue. They must have been put there by people from a nearby village, presumably in an attempt to appease the gods. Let's examine the loot. There's 5 mangoes, which we'll probably end up taking just to eat. There's also 4 cocoa leaves, but I don't really need them, so I'm not going to worry about that. There we go. We lose some standing as well. Zebojif, who is one of the that animal handler we recruited, is visibly shaken and became superstitious. So you'll see all these little bad symbols here. Actually, one thing to note too, because our translator got hurt, you'll see this little injured symbol here, the blood drop. So what we're going to be doing is actually eating this mushroom. We're going to give it to him. So he eats the mushroom with great delight. He started spouting gibberish and danced around. Afterwards, he miraculously healed. However, the mind of Anupam Tata had brought back something from the dream world. He was not the same afterwards, so now he's paranoid. But you'll also see these pluses on these guys now. So since we've explored this area, we have all 3 of these. We can actually level someone up. So I'm actually going to level up our Scottish soldier. There we go. He gets 1 extra health. Nice. And while we're at it, we're actually going to eat these mangoes, and we're going to come around this way, I think. And we're going to eat another one, because they do go rotten after a while. Yep, there we go. Now where? Oh, the other one's way over here. Okay. So one bad thing about exploring, actually what's no one nice about going through the jungles is you'll get these butterflies or dragonflies, and they're samples, and they're good. You need to collect them. They help build up your fame, so. Let's go examine the shrine. We stood before a temple comprised of huge stones. Its stone walls were covered with ornate engravings. Low-hanging vines partially concealed the entrance that led within. A lot of wildlife tracks were visible around the structure. It was possible it was used as a breeding ground by a species. So the thing about exploring these shrines is something bad happens if you take anything from it. And in this case, the clues are pretty obvious that a lot of wildlife tracks were visibly around, meaning if we take anything from the structure, another animal is going to spawn around here and we might have to kill it. So we're going to enter the shrine. We had found a sacred altar room. It was a truly awe-inspiring sight. We found a stone altar that was covered in ancient writings. Let's see, they have a golden dagger. We are definitely taking that. They also have a tome page of fertile land. You know what? We might end up taking that too. Let's get rid of these machetes and we're going to bring that. So, this was not a day of hesitation. We secured the treasure. We grabbed the treasure and hurried outside as the shrine collapsed behind us. We were disheartened to see that our actions seemed to have attracted some local wildlife. And we also see our standing has gone way down. Hyenas. Okay. Well, we could attack them. No, it wouldn't be a bad thing. There's 2 of them. Okay. Well, there we go. And we have 1 attack there. We also have 1 of these. We might take both of those. And we did roll a shotgun. Good. That's really what I wanted. An aimed shot. There we go. And then we're going to do a riposte. Killed 1, and we have 2 defense. I don't think this thing can even hurt us now. There we go. So we want to keep these. Keep those. And hopefully we get something. Well, we got something at least. Here you go. An aimed shot. And a strong defense. No, it does slightly hurt us. Okay. Let's do a point-blank shot and just overkill the hyena. There we go. So we found 2 hyena pelts and raw meat. Well, do we want to take these pelts? I think we do. Instead of the fang, we're going to take the pelts. The pelts are worth a little bit more, so it would be a bad thing to go ahead and do. We're going to travel this way. You'll see this waterfall over here. I'm going to avoid going there. There's nothing really there for us. So the only thing there is a place to rest, and we don't really need to do that. And there's another waterfall over there. But now we have explored this area. We know all the locations, so we're going to level up our Scottish soldier again. There we go. He gets another die. Look at that. That'll be nice. There's also a tiger over here, so I'm thinking we're going to go over here and try and kill the tiger. Since we already have a tiger pelt, the more that we collect, the better it can be for us. There we go. Let's attack. There's only 1 tiger as well. So here we go. We can actually do a point-blank shot. Nice. And there we go. A riposte. And let's just see. Nope, that's all we can do. That's it. Now it's attacking us. Nothing. Good. So let's take 1 of these. Let's take that. Roll these again. Do an aimed shot. And then let's kick it. Done. So we could take the fang, but I'm just not going to bother with it. It's not very good for us. You'll see now that our whole thing is red, so that's bad. That means no matter where we go, we're out of sanity. So it means we have a chance of a bad event happening. But since we're only moving right to here, the Golden Pyramid, which is what we need to find in order to escape this area, it's a very low chance that we actually have that one event. So let's explore. The majestic Golden Pyramid rose above its environment, overcoming all the obstacles we had yet survived. Enter the pyramid. After weeks traveling, euphoria overcame me. I knew that my name would be forever remembered. I congratulated Zephogabafa, but instead of excitement, I saw regret in his eyes. He felt like he could never leave these lands. He stated that he would not follow me to the civilized world. So that's the animal handler we had. So he's leaving us, which sucks, but I figured. Usually with the natives, if your standing isn't good at the end, they just don't follow you anymore. So let's finish this expedition. So, success. Our current fame was 10 when we went in. We found the Golden Pyramid, which gave us 100. We found 8 butterflies or insects. We got another 40 from that. We were out here for 45 days, so our total new fame is 105. That's pretty good. So two things you can do here. You can either finish the expedition or you can check out the map, which is nice. It tells you how much we explored, 93%, that's pretty good, and how long it took, which is nice. So we're going to finish that expedition, and this is one of the cool parts about it. When you're done, you get to pick a perk, which is nice. It looks like two of these are the same. Polymath, choose from 5. Oh, anthropology, okay. Studies of indigenous cultures can be created for additional fame. That's kind of nice. Or dream visions, dreams that reveal important locations. I don't really know what I want to take here. Maybe anthropology. Let's try that. I don't know if I ever have. So there we go. Then, yeah, all the cheering, and we come back and we see how much fame everyone else got. So, looks like we are in last place right now, but this is where we can go ahead and sell or keep or gift items. Gifting them to the museum gives us fame, selling them gives us funds, keeping them just means we get to keep them. So I'm going to sell these because they're worth more for funds. This tome, we're actually going to gift it, and moves us up into 4th place. This golden dagger is worth 60 fame, so we're gonna gift that, and that pushes us up into 1st. And the idol we're gonna gift as well. We are going to keep this blue mushroom, I think, and we're gonna sell the rest because usually animal parts sell for more than the museum. So let's continue. So I'm gonna do two expeditions here, and then I'll cut the video. And then the next time I load, I'll have another 2 expeditions, etc., etc., unless I die. Because that's entirely possible with this game. It is hard. So, let's choose our next destination. We can either go to the Forgotten Grasslands, a well-balanced region, consisting mostly of wild grasslands, or Forgotten Drylands, a harsh, desolate area in which only experienced explorers should venture. Since we don't have very many people right now, I'm gonna say let's go to the Forgotten Grasslands. Full anticipation, I stored my equipment on the ship. The crew had preparations left to do, so I saw if there was anything I could do. A collector of sorts approached me with a request. He asked me to acquire a rare idol that was said to be located in a native settlement in the area we were headed to. He promised to reward us handsomely upon its delivery. Well, I had already done that, but hey, we'll find another one for you. Let's accept that crest. He nodded gratefully and wished us luck on our expedition. Julissa Pascal, a cultist, offered to join our expedition. Cultist, eh? Interesting. Well, we'll take the extra person for now, so let's recruit you. We could use a cultist. We could use a cultist. Maybe that's not the case, but we will take you along with us. Let's purchase some equipment. I used the remaining time to visit local outfitter before venturing out. I knew that an adequate choice of equipment is vital for a successful expedition. Alright, so this is where we can buy stuff. Now the big thing that we want to get are first aid kits. I'm going to buy all 5. Some whiskey. I'm just going to buy 5. Marbles are nice. We can trade those to natives for pretty cheap. Rope is just great to have. So that's going to be 4 of our slots dedicated to this. So we still have 70 credits left, or funds left, so I'm going to buy a couple more. No, I'm just going to buy all the booze. Whiskey is really good. It refills your sanity at the risk of becoming an alcoholic, but that's okay. Alright, here we go. Let's deal. So we have 20 funds left over for after this. Alright, so the first thing I like doing is just giving it a quick check over. So there's 4 quadrants here. Oh, 3. This one has actually nothing on it. 3, 3, and 3. Alright, so first thing we are going to do, since we have to go to the east here, we're actually going to move back this way. Because we need to go and explore whatever this is. It's a missionary. Alright. or a missionary. He went through the gate and greeted by an old missionary. He rejoiced in the sight of new faces, as he'd been alone for longer than he cared to remember. Let's see if he has anything to trade. And nothing really that I might want. Maybe some more whiskey. Now it's too expensive, so let's not worry about it. Alright, let's just leave. We're actually now going to come up over here. Let's go on top of this hill to give us a better vantage point. There you go, we found a trading caravan and something over there. That's good. Good news. Alright. Approach the trader. Wandering tradesmen had set up camp here. The mysteriously dressed trader had a lot of valuable goods on offer. Most of them seemed to be the remains of other failed expeditions. Of course, he seemed to be in a splendid mood and presented rare wares that he had hidden under a dark blanket. Ooh, some treasure maps, a crystal ball. Well, that's really nice. Does he really like that? No. Okay, how does he like the mushroom? A little bit. The crystal ball is very expensive. This is cool because it allows us to look around very easily. Like, it gives us, you use it and you explore an area, which is pretty cool. But I don't think, maybe if we, even the shotgun, no, we need that shotgun. Alright, what can we get for this? We can get a tome, just one tome. We can get some cocoa leaves. We might trade the mushroom for 3 cocoa leaves, because I think they sell better to the native tribes, so why don't we do that? There we go, and now the trader's gone. There's a tiger over there, that's good to know. So, we found ourselves a stone circle. We came across a stone formation that seemed to be man-made. There were inscriptions etched into each rock. Maybe they formed some kind of map. Let's analyze the inscriptions. We began to analyze the inscriptions and found that they would help us find out more about a nearby area. Select an area to reveal. Ooh, yeah, this is nice. This is one thing that I do like about them, is you can do this and you can find things. Right, so there's nothing over there, so that's good. So we know that we probably don't need to go up, or that we probably need to go up. But we're gonna go around these mountains here. It's possible, yeah, there we go. Get through here. And one more. And we found a shrine. We're actually gonna drink some whiskey because that puts us up a whole lot here. Now we can upgrade one of our guys, probably going to... Where is our cultist? We did hit yes to the cultist, right? Oh, I wonder if they stayed at the mission. Ah, no, we lost someone. Okay, I got it now. There's an event. What happens if you bring a cultist to a mission, they usually end up staying there. So, that's no good. Alright, I'm going to actually upgrade our translator because it'd be nice if he has a little bit more health. Also, every time we do an expedition, our guy, he levels up as well, which is nice. So, there we go. We're actually going to come around this side of the shrine. So we found out where else we need to get to. How do we get over there? Just around this way? I guess so. We're going to examine the shrine. We arrived at a long-forgotten shrine. It was a bold testament to the power of its creators. Low-hanging vines partially concealed the entrance that led within. I could swear I heard the sound of rushing water underneath the ground. So you can wonder what that does. Before us lay some kind of ceremonial room, we quietly looked around the majestic hall. We found a stone altar that was covered in ancient writing. They have a crystal ball. Okay. You know what? We don't need that. We're taking the crystal ball and we're taking the golden vase. Done. That stuff is useless. Actually, yeah. Crystal balls are just fantastic. This was not a day of hesitation. We secured the treasure. We grabbed the treasure and hurried outside as enormous fountains of water broke through the ground and started to flood the whole area. We had to run for our lives to not drown in the huge lake that began to form. So our standing went down a lot, and you'll see this. Our, behind us, water is sprouting up, which is not a very good thing. There we go. We have now discovered everything, which is nice. Now I wonder if it's going to do that. No, the hill is okay, so we're actually going to go back up on this hill here, I think. Ooh. Yeah, see, this is bad. You'll see it just kind of going around here, but we are going to explore these springs and just rest over here. Anapam Tata startled the group that night. He babbled continuously about being watched and soon started screaming wildly. After a while, we were able to calm him down. The mood was spoiled and everyone was on edge. So we can rest over so many days, and gives us back some sanity. Mist lay heavy on the land as we woke the next morning. Alright, there we go. So we're probably not going down there, but that's okay. We're actually going to promote him again. So he has 2 dice. That's nice. And here we go. Oh, no, water's still coming at us. That's less good. Now, do we want to explore to the north more? Let's see. We're going to go up over here. There's a giant crab monster. Those are fun. I'm thinking, no, we probably don't want to go up here anymore. Yeah. This is going to be the exit area. We've only been out for 39 days. We'll actually get a pretty decent reward for leaving so soon. And we have a full inventory. So, there we go. We're just going to explore and get out of here. There was the Golden Pyramid enthroned above the landscape, overcoming all the obstacles we had yet survived. Let's enter the pyramid. After weeks of traveling, euphoria overcame me. I knew that my name would be forever remembered. So as you can tell, some expeditions go a lot faster than others, but really you can get a whole thing done in probably less than an hour and a half. So that's nice. Yeah, but here we go. So we have now current fame 246. We found the Golden Pyramid, which gave us 125 butterflies for 25. It only took us 44 days. So our current new fame is 347. So we basically got 100 for that. We can see the map. We only explored 79%. It only took us 7 minutes, so which is nice. Triumph. There we go. We can become a desert explorer. Reduced movement costs in deserts. Recruit up 2 units per expedition. I'm not really sure what charismatic does. And jungle explorer, reduced movement cost in thick jungle. I think we're gonna take that. That one's usually pretty helpful. Don't need to carry machetes with you. Alright, and he caught us. By 1. Wow. Alright. We're gonna keep this crystal ball. And we're going to gift to the museum that for 60 fame. There we go. We have 20 funds now, which is less good, but well, we're going to continue. And here is where I'm going to end this video for now, I think. Yeah, it's been going on for about almost 40 minutes, so I think that's a pretty good time to put in a cut. But yeah, so if you have been interested in this game and were wondering about playthroughs or anything like that, I think this is one of those games like FTL where you can sink in quite a few hours into it, just randomly going around exploring and trying to survive. The difficulty in this game can get pretty high, especially a lot of it is RNG. You have bad events, you have good events, you have they did up how much fame everyone else gets. As you can tell, the last one, the other guy did catch back up to us where we were, so they did up it. Before you could get it to if you got over 1,000 fame at the end, you won. Now this last game that I did, I had to get to about 1,500. So yeah, so it's good. They are constantly improving it, and I think if you enjoy FTL style roguelikes, you'll enjoy this game. So yeah, well, I'll see you in the next video, so thanks again for watching, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye bye.